Beautiful Florida weather means more motorcycles are out on the roads, and that also means there are more motorcycle accidents. Catherine Stone from Barbas Law joins me with what you need to know if you are involved in one. Hello, Catherine.
Hi,
welcome back. Well, motorcycles, I feel like, we see them increase definitely this time of year. What do people need to know other than, keeping an eye out, of course?
Well, obviously, the first thing you need to do if you're driving is be aware of motorcyclists. Make sure that you're paying attention and not you should be paying attention to the road regardless. But you see the bumper stickers all the time. Watch out for motorcyclists. And motorcyclists need to know the rules of the road that they have to follow. But unfortunately, because the weather is so lovely now, we do tend to have a lot more motorcycles on the road. And unfortunately, they can have collisions involving other motorcycles, if they're riding in a group, if they can have collisions with cars, they can have collisions with pedestrians. So there's a lot that people may not realize with motorcyclists. Motorcyclists are not required to have insurance in the state of Florida.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
unlike auto insurance, they're not technically required to have insurance. Yeah, and if they there's a whole part about if they wear a helmet versus not wearing a helmet. Part of that plays into whether or not they have to have insurance or not.
Okay.
So just know that if you're especially a pedestrian and a motorcyclist hits you, one of the first things is get your medical treatment, but then also contact an attorney, contact our office or whomever to get on and find out whether or not there's any insurance that could help you. Because I just recently had one of these where there was no insurance on the motorcycle.
Why is that? I mean, we talk about boating, and you have to have, boating insurance. You have to have car insurance.
I wish I was part of the legislature, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I see the motorcyclists that do come in and who have been involved in accidents with other vehicles, particularly, they don't have coverage to be able to take care of their medical bills. And because a lot of times I think motorcycles are someone's second, it's their play vehicle. And so they think, oh, I'm not driving it that often, I'm not going to get into an accident. At least that's been some of the comments that have been made to me. Not always the case, but some people do use it as their main form of transportation. And I just think people, they have their insurance on their main vehicle and they feel like this is my cruiser for the weekend and I'll be fine. But
so I think we needed to point out that when you have car insurance, you're not insured as an individual driver that would classify that you were covered whether you were driving a car or a motorcycle. Your insurance pertains to your
vehicle. Yes. So you could have your automobile coverage, but if you haven't listed your motorcycle on there and you don't have your motorcycle covered under that policy, just because you were driving your motorcycle does not mean you're going to be covered under your automobile insurance, because motorcycles have their own classification and they have their own set of rules.
Okay, I had no idea. I'm so glad we're talking about this right now, because maybe you didn't know, and these are all things that you need to keep in mind whether you're driving a motorcycle or
again,
not.
I drive across the Gandy, going to the beach, last weekend, and tons of motorcyclists passing and coming and going, which is great. But we have a motorcycle at my house. I ride on the back. But I do not drive it. But, and one of the first things I said was, is there proper insurance?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure as she is driving across the Gandy, she's thinking, are they insured? Are they insured?
Yes, I kind of want to hold up a sign. Are you insured?
Catherine, thank you for coming in. Of course, we're chuckling, but if you do have questions about your rights, we'll give them a call, 1-800-BARBAS-LAW, or go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.